Yeah. Call to order. Who's here, who isn't? Rick Ski here. Bob McBride, Jeff Tucker, Ian Suttles, Dr. James LaPaula, Monica Baker, Devin Stanley, Charlie Hagman, Bill Peck.
Here.
And we got one, Ryan Yoho, and Richard Harkins.
I think you had one reply from somebody on the email. Was it Harkins?
Yeah,
He said he couldn't
he
be here.
said he wouldn't be.
Yeah, and I know Brookfield is having a trustees meeting tonight, so they're out. Dan Suttles let us know that, but I was hoping we'd have 8, but this didn't work out at all.
8 people.
Yeah.
Did you watch the workshop?
All right, what I talked to Rex was about earlier was that Commissioner Malloy made the recommendation that if this person can't make, send a representation in your place, but I don't think that's within the rule of the bylaws here. And you guys want to do something
It
to,
should be, and the reason for that is we had Dr. Ronan came in, who else was it? Was it Harkins from Weathersfield? Remember he was over here?
We had Cheryl Tennant.
you mean,
Yeah,
Dave?
Cheryl Tennant came for McBride.
Okay, so it's okay for somebody else to
she
sit in
didn't
and
vote.
give us a quorum?
But she didn't vote.
Okay, she didn't vote though. You,
Well, again, it's got to be appointed by the trustees.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, maybe that's something you could put out, Rex, that.
Who's vice chair? I don't even know. No. Who's vice chair? I don't even remember.
Well, since 22 of us, you are now.
You know, I drove down from Cleveland and I gotta drive back when we're done.
Oh, geez,
You know-
came all the way to Cleveland for this and.
Well, after
and
watching
nobody else
Denny,
can drive a couple miles.
watching Denny badmouth us on TV, yeah,
Today.
Tuesday.
What did he bad about? What do you think?
Yeah, you know, we didn't even care. Yeah, that's what I took from what he
Oh,
was saying.
you guys not, not
Yeah.
getting a quorum at meetings. All right. Well, Rex, that's
And
up
I
to,
wanna
that's up to you
give
guys.
you-
If you want
I
to do
wanna start
something
that.
to
No, I know, but we gotta,
say that any trustee can be the representative for
No.
the township or something.
Given the last meeting, I take exception that
mhm.
we decided to have a meeting on regionalization, just for conversation. After all, that's where change starts. And not one of our board of commissioners showed up,
And people were called and
Who
asked
created-
not to come.
who created this board, I might
Seriously.
say. And as I said at that meeting at the end, it was positively shameful to not have a representative from the Board of County Commissioners, and it's an insult to this board.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know.
I better shut up before.
I just wonder if anything we can do to try to get our chances, increase our chances of getting a quorum. And.
I know.
Buy pizza and have an open bar. Well, you know,
My treat. I'll do that if it's gonna get people.
yeah, you're getting all that money. That's
All
why.
right, well, the reason why is, I don't know if Bob gave you guys these, but we calculated the pass-through that we experienced this year from Niles and Warren as suppliers equates to about 43 cents a thousand that we should have passed through in 2026. You can look at the difference, like, Braceville stayed the same, but it look at that other spreadsheet he has. The southeast, now the rate increased 22 cents. And the Howland, it went up 28 cents. Warren increased us 48 cents for the Warren Township one. That city of Youngstown went up, but we're trying to close that valve, so we're
Right.
moving on that. Niles for Mineral Ridge went up 33 cents. Yeah, you can just see how they went up. Everything supplied by Warren and Niles. They had their inside rates go up, which corresponds to a corresponding increase to us. But it equates out to about 43 cents for
My,
us. And so we've been losing that money since the beginning of the year.
my concern, Mosquito Creek is also water out of Warren, correct?
Yes. Yeah, Mosquito Creek is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the question, because isn't Champion also on Warren Water?
Yes.
Yes.
So how come it's so much lower?
Where do you?
The Niles feeds
On-
3 of the systems and Warren feeds 3. Is the way it works.
Because Bezetta Champion is 61 cent increase.
So that's based on the amount of water. So that would be if we did it on a district basis. So,
It's because you were selling 158,000 gallons
Oh,
as
you're
opposed to
looking at this chart.
11,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you're looking at this.
Okay.
So those numbers are just,
Now,
if we did it by a district, so basically the average that we would need is
Mhm.
more than 3 cents across every district.
right,
If we were, I mean, the way Rex was here, I mean, it shows what the per district rate was.
and Warren was that Denman district.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's,
That explains it right there.
Yeah.
and we flush a lot of water there.
Yep.
Well, the other thing we wanted to talk about besides this was the maintenance plan for the tanks and the repainting and all that stuff. And Bob ran the numbers on this. And it's gonna cost us 30,000 a month for his maintenance plan here is what it comes out to for 10 years. But that gets all of our tanks repainted, rehabbed, what are all the things we did?
Inspections, yearly inspections, washouts, emergency services, any
Yeah.
reports every year, so EPA comes up with sanitary survey, everything's done and taken care of, any upgrades, all included, service centers 20 minutes away, so.
Yeah, so we're looking at 3.6 million to get all of our, 7 water tanks. Completely spiffed up code.
Here's the question.
And then if we did them all individually, it's gonna be much more than that.
All right,
3.6.
And if you take 30,000 times 12, that's 350,000 a year times 10 years, 3.6 million.
Last handout we had was $324,263 a month. I mean, a year. 10 years. 3,242,630. Right?
Okay,
That's not
so I was like, okay, Bob was
Oh,
right.
well, we used, I thought we talked about 30,000 a month. I mean, that's where,
Okay, all right, so we're,
So it's safe to put that because within the contract, the maintenance fee that pays for any type of work each year, it's looked at every 3 years and there's a possibility for up to a 3% increase. So that would be a safe number within that number, but right now, the numbers on the table that are locked in is 3.2.
oh, so that's even. I mean,
okay,
that-
all right. But Bob trying to make that payments. We looked at it, and the only way we're gonna be able to afford it is that we would have to increase our RIF from $5 a month to $6.50. We need an extra $1.50 per month per account.
And
that's,
all right.
that's one of the questions I was gonna ask, because, I bet you I've watched that Tuesday meeting 4 or 5 times.
Okay,
So for your truck that you want,
yeah,
that fund is that $3 fee that is on the bills. correct?
that's all right. Yeah, that's not to do with water.
Okay, so that's got nothing to do with warrant.
Right, but we found out that the water could use full pumps too, that it will be used on the water side.
When we need to switch a pump out.
Sure.
Yeah, and it'll be much easier.
So it can be a shared
Yes.
equipment, so.
I would say water's gonna use it maybe 10% of the time,
Yeah.
it's gonna be mostly sewer.
Most county assets are shared. I mean, there's, we were gonna take a highway bucket truck.
Our extra ambulances in Fowler, you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so that's,
Yeah, we share.
so the basic breakdown for, we'll say, the tank maintenance is, when Scott Burno was here, he planned on redoing the Brookfield tank, and his project, I guess, value was $1.5 million is what he thought the project was gonna cost. Now, that was going out and, doing engineering, design, administration. So when Dan came in with 3.2 to do
7 tanks.
7 tanks over 10 years, as opposed to us doing 1 to $1.5 million, but the $1.5 million is all I presented to the commissioners for our rates. So going from 1.5 to 3.2 is not something that we're able to do financially without addressing it through RIF. I mean, that's like, it isn't, we didn't lowball it. This wasn't something we considered. We were looking at $1.5 million, that ballooned to 3.2. So, I mean, ultimately, that's, I guess,
So we need enough to make up that 1.7, and that's $1.50 per month. So,
I mean, it's not something that's basically contingent. They don't pass it, we can't afford it.
pose it until we get a quorum in here. So I don't know what you guys' thoughts on that are on that or not, as far as increasing our RIF another $1.50. So that would be up to the committee.
And we all, I mean, none of us want to increase anything.
But I think I'm okay when we can show a tangible return. And you can just point to a water tower, well, they're gonna need to be done. Period. You know, you can't, you change the oil in your car. Yeah, well, we need to maintain the same way on these water towers. If you want water, you want your pressure, you gotta have them. And $1.50 more to me, okay. You know, I'm just speaking for me, so we're talking, 3, 6, so we're talking $18 a year. Seems like it's pretty much a decent deal. To make sure that we are getting decent water pressure and the water is reliable.
Yeah. And it's mostly preventive maintenance on the tanks, and if we don't do the preventive maintenance, then we're looking at a much bigger bill. We have to go in and so.
What's the cost of a new tank?
The last 2 that were built close to here is Portage County just did one, and it was $10.50 per gallon. So it's a $10 million project, $15 million project for $1 million tank.
How much was the Mineral Ridge?
Well, yeah, Mineral Ridge, just the tank itself, because we put in a pump station too. But just the tank itself was, I think, $2.5 million. And just built the Southington tank, that was, I want to say that was about $2 million for that one. So the preventive maintenance instead of, you know, if you don't do the liners, you don't keep the paint up, it's gonna rust, it's gonna pit. Then your minimum thickness in the shell, it's not maintained. Next thing you know, you're in there trying to cut out sheets and butt weld in new plates and everything else, and yeah, it's just something you don't want to do.
Yeah, you charge already out of this.
Yeah, the RIF for water is $5 a month, and the RIF for sewer is $3.
Whatever it's supposed.
No,
No,
just the water.
just the water.
So if that's the case, bring in 208,000.
How many, what's our customer count, Bob?
I mean,
11,560.
11,560 times 1.5 12, yeah, 208,000
Is that gonna be enough?
per year.
so the rest would come from where we had planned to build a book.
This is, Rick, you guys I got Commissioner Hernandez here. Hi, Commissioner, we're at the, water meeting. No, it's out here in Vienna. Well, there's only two members. But you're more than welcome to come out.
Yeah. You might be done with that.
Only you don't have a quorum anyways with another trustee.
Yeah, the only people we have is Rex and Phil Pegg.
Okay, so you're not gonna have, okay. One, Humber Township trustee is at the, Braceville, Trumbull Township Association meeting. She thought it was in Champion.
Okay, yeah, that time in Champion, that was a one-time thing. I mean, the meetings are supposed to be here.
You wouldn't have a quorum anyway, right?
No,
We need 7,
Okay.
12.
all right. Okay, Commissioner. Okay, bye.
I thought it was 12, 7,
No, we have 11.
11,
So
yeah,
6 is a quorum?
6 is
then we need 6.
Well, there's a township meeting tonight too?
Yeah, that's what
Brookfield.
Bridget, or
Well, we just
Dan
go.
had us. Yeah.
Brookfield and the townships, meetings.
We only got 2.
We're gonna have to- Next time we set a date, we're gonna have to. Rex, are you able to look into that, see what else we conflict with? But you're not a trustee anymore. So you may not know what the conflicts
I do
are.
have a network.
Okay. Well, Phil, next time we do, next time you do it, if you know it's at the same time as they're having a county trustee thing, let us know.
That's actually tonight as well in Braceville.
Okay, yeah, there could be some of them there.
They're at Braceville.
Yeah,
That's tonight.
all right.
We sent this. Chris, when we
last year.
started.
Yeah, the 3rd Thursday of every month is the Township Association.
All right.
It's hard to find a date. It's just like the Council of Governments for us, we battle. Right now, we picked the third Wednesday of the month for that.
I'd like to have another meeting that month. But let's be a little more strategic. Let's see, check and see if anything conflicts with it before we do it.
7 a.m.
No,
About like early.
no, morning person. Rex knows that.
That's why. Get everyone before they go to work.
Looking at a Thursday.
And well, I even mentioned to Rex, maybe we want to switch to a Wednesday. Seems like township things happen more on Thursdays than every day on the day, but Rex was telling me today that some townships meet on Wednesdays, some on Tuesdays.
Champion forever went on Mondays, but now they're on Tuesday. Like I told you, I think the only day that the camera was Friday was to show up. Near the Friday.
And that's true.
Early.
July 16th.
Uh-oh.
I'll be at Fort Fulton.
I'm thinking July 22nd on Wednesday.
That's Council of Governments.
Oh, okay. July 21st on a Tuesday.
Okay, I'll have a tooth by then.
Oh, really? You lost a tooth, Bill.
I had one of those upper scopes.
Okay.
When I woke up in recovery, my tooth was dangling. They snapped it right off.
Oh,
So they had to dig it out. And now they stuffed it with that cadaver bone. I don't know
Okay.
whose bone I got in my mouth right
Okay.
now. But I'm waiting for it to heal. You gotta go 6 to 8 weeks before they can put a stud in to put another tooth on it. But yeah, 21st is okay with me.
Rex, what do you think about that, on Tuesday, July 21st? Did you say champions on Tuesdays now? Do you make sure that's not a champion trustee night?
Not that I'm,
You know what?
that's my fire.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I
Well, let's look at July 14th and 15th.
don't do it because of me. I mean,
No, I want you to be here. I mean, all of us.
15th, I'll be gone.
Oh, you're off that week, that's right.
Yeah, I'll be fishing for Quentin.
Yeah. That was more important. Weird.
Well, we're taking the girls, so
How about July 28th, 29th?
pick one. 29th,
Yeah.
that's Wednesday.
Rex, if champion trustees are on Tuesday, which Tuesday is?
Wait a minute. That's what it was, it's the first Tuesday.
First Tuesday, so there's no way they would be at the end of the month.
I would say no way.
Okay.
Sometimes they call it.
Well, let's start investigating July 28th and 29th.
Have you ever seen one of these?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Got one
Everything's
on
in
my
there.
desk.
Everyone's in there.
Not when they're meeting.
Yes.
All you have to go through page by page, they have it up.
But you would have to, yes. Power of information.
Okay, fourth Monday of each month. Okay, I have one on my desk, so we'll have to review this. So thank you for pointing this out to me.
Mhm.
Second Thursday of each month, second Tuesday. Yeah, every one of them has them in there.
But you know who's not on there?
Who?
Rex.
If it is in there,
Well, first Tuesday of each month and third. First and third Tuesdays. Okay, we'll cross-reference.
So-
A new day.
yeah, I guess I'll ask the question of how long do we continue with this? I mean, I'm saying, like, I feel like this is a waste of everybody's time in here.
this is,
And if we do it again next month,
today there was an oversight. But prior to this meeting, we had a forum for the regionalization, but 3 meetings prior to that, 2 at least, we didn't have a forum. So, are we solving a problem? I don't think we are.
that's what we're, because basically, I mean, Gary's not addressing tank issue, and it's been, Dan, when's the first time you came here? Was it in December?
Yeah, that's
So,
winter time.
so we're at 6 months, not providing an answer because none of us can.
I misspoke earlier too, Rich. Because of the way I set the contract up with Gary, there's no increases. It's 3.24.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
That's what I
increases.
Oh.
Yes. I just read the line. I wanted to make sure.
Like, we're not discussing pastors with the commissioners because we're waiting on this board to give us, to at least tell us to do it, and we're not doing anything with the tank. So we've sat on our hands for 6 months, not doing anything, and I feel like that's, government's not fast anyways. And no, and we're slowing it down for no. I mean, and I don't know.
While you two are here, I'll tell you other pressing issues.
Yep.
Connector, we put them going out in the sun, pump station. You cannot start it up, you cannot start feeding warm water there. You can see the difference in the cost on that sheet. Cold water is 1,000, and right now Warren is at 644. So that's a huge difference. And the reason why, did I tell you this before?
Was
EPA, we built this whole thing to give all the approvals, everything else. We get the pump station built, oh, you have to inject polyorthophosphate.
Yep.
So anyway, Dan's been working, Curtis Nagle's been working, what's that guy's name? Marvin Nagy, he has it designed in here now. Where we can put that polyorthophosphate in, and still, it's in the works, but I mean, this is critical. We gotta close that valve right there.
Yep.
That's killing us.
Yep.
The other one is Mineral Ridge. Out here, we've got to close that valve right there from Youngstown. You
Yep.
can see the difference in their cost there too. And, this was one of the engineering contracts being paid through the RIF, and that's what that thing about Tuesday was. So we got AECom, kind of design that for us, for that pump in here, so we can close that one. Those are the two main, biggest things that are on my mind right now. Now, the third one is the nominations to WSRLA for this, for 2027. I put them in. My Still Wagon project is going to get some good principal forgiveness. I got 0% on that new pump station we're going to put over here on Elm Road. And my other one, we got a little assessment project over here in the Overland area. Up here, yeah, the Wilson Avenue. But what really grabbed my attention was Farmington. They put in a project, $3 million for water wells. We don't feed them water. This whole debt structure, pay back that blueprint, it's down the toilet.
No,
They signed a service area agreement with us, and it states right here. The village agrees that the county will be its sole and exclusive provider of potable water during the term of this agreement.
what would the EPA say? If that's.
The EPA, they approved the nomination and they put them on the list. I gotta get the
Giving what-
EPA.
What they.
Yeah, and they're the ones that finance this, and those are my, only way I can pay them back is I gotta have them through that master meter. So I'm gonna write something to EPA to protest this,
Oh, yeah.
because it's still in the draft, and it's in comment period, so comment period. And so you're gonna hear, she hears that I'm gonna submit something to EPA about this situation. Yeah. And their whole problem up there, from what I understand, is they just don't know how to run a water system. All they do is moan and complain about, the quality of water, this, that, and the other thing, and now I've recently, EPA's telling me you gotta drain that tank again, you lost all your chlorine residual. And they're not up there using their water flushers. And they think water flushers are, they're auto flushers. Oh, we're just wasting money and throwing, money down, water down the drain. No, that's what keeps your water quality up. So you don't have to do things like have to drain this tank again. They just don't get it. They don't know how to operate.
You ever popped up? Had such thing as chlorine lock in water tank where it doesn't release the chlorine. It happens a lot when you're swimming. You can throw in 5 bags with shock. Take a reading, there's no chlorine. There's a lot. Cyanuric acid doesn't allow it to release.
I've never heard that.
Yep.
Oh, we're getting our chlorine and we're good. Going through the hot box going to West Farmington. I mean, the water's
Well,
already in it.
it's I guess my question is, how it turned over. Well,
I need to train the tanker now.
But when they do
Yes.
fill it up and they got fresh water, then they just put a
have you
mixer
ever
in
heard
there?
of that?
Then they just retrofit a new
So I know
mixer in there?
I know what Henry Law constant is, where it only allows chlorine to reach X amount of the tank until it basically, there's a layer where it can't go above. And then when you have nights like this week where you have cold nights, hot days, it flips like the lake and you have measures of 0 chlorine. There's also equipment out there specifically for tanks that measure it at all times. It's a water quality station essentially where you have a loop of water going and monitoring the chlorine levels at all times so that it can be dosed accordingly. But throwing in bags with tablets, it's not.
They just retrofitted a mixer into that tank up there. That's my understanding.
I believe they were good, you can require them.
Yeah, they did that, so the first time that they let the chlorine go to zero out there because they don't have auto flushers. And now they got the mixer in there and it still happened. Because they just don't know how to operate a system.
Turn over the fact that when the chlorine, the fresh water can be bypassing a tank, it's not being used, but it's only moving up.
Well, you gotta set your floats different then. You gotta let this thing drain farther before you fill it back up. It's not rocket science. Apparently, they just don't know what.
Okay,